The Saints know when, where, and what time they're going to be playing their NFL games this season. We're going to be discussing, is the playoffs a real possibility, or will this be a long, long season for the New Orleans Saints? Today on the Saints Sports Corner. Welcome to the Saints Sports Corner, Saints fans. Let's dive right into the schedule. Let's not waste any time. Let's start off with the Arizona Cardinals. New coach, new system, both offensively and defensively. We got new quarterback, whether it's Shuck or Spencer Rattler. We have new look offensive line, home crowd. I think it's going to be raucous up in the Superdome for the first game. A lot of excitement. It's going to be a lot of build up. So I'm going to say they start off with a win. Against the Arizona Cardinals, they start off with a win. All right, let's go to week 2. Week 2, they play in San Francisco. That's an L. Week 3, Seattle, another L. Buffalo, L. We don't even got to discuss that one. Week 5, Giants. I'm gonna give them an L. Week 6, we got New England. That's a dub. I think they can beat New England. I don't think New England is as talented, but I know for a fact the Saints could beat them. Week 7, we got the Chicago Bears. That's a tough one. But because most quarterbacks have a jump from year 1 to year 2, and we got the thing where Caleb Williams wasn't taught how to study film thing going around right now, I think he'll be much better. So that's a loss. I'm gonna give the Saints a loss. Caleb Williams balls out. Bucks, that's a loss. They're the cream of the crop of the South. That's a loss. Sorry. Week 9, Rams. Another loss. Matthew Stafford and those boys, they're going to take care of business. Week 10, Panthers. I got a dub for the Panthers. Not that the Saints have better leadership at this point than the Panthers. So I think we could inch out a win against the Panthers. Week 12, the Falcons. I think the Falcons are a better team. I think this probably be the year where the hype is well deserved. So we're going to give Falcons a dub. I know that hurts. Never want to lose to the Falcons. But I think they get that dub. Week 13, we got Miami. I think the Saints win that game. As of now, the Saints are 4-8. So we got 4 wins, 8 losses. Okay. Week 14, I'm sorry. Bucks. That's another loss. They're the cream of the crop of the South. Got to give the reigning kings the dub as of now. Things can change quickly, but right now, the Bucks got a chokehold on the South. Panthers again. I got another loss. I think the Panthers get back, and we lose that game. Week 16, the Jets. I think we win that game. Week 17, the Titans. I think we win that game too. So now we 6-10. And week 18 against the Falcons, for the first time in a long time, the Falcons sweep us. Don't throw your stones right now. I'm just telling you. The Saints have a lot of question marks. And that's something we're going to be discussing today because they really do have a lot of question marks. The Saints pretty much, they need a lot to go right for this season to be a success. Let's start with some of the things and break down some of the things that they need to go right to start with for them to be able to have success. Let's start with the head coach. Do you have a good head coach in Kellen Moore? Being that he was one of the last coaches hired, do you have a good head coach? We don't know yet. Can he command men? Can he lead a locker room? We don't know that yet. So far, so good. I mean, he hasn't really gave us much in any of the interviews that we seen. So far, so good. Then let's move to one of the problems that the Saints had all year. Offensive line. You draft the rookie Kelvin Banks, and they're banking on him to be either their left tackle or left guard, I'm assuming, and moving Fuaga to the right. Cool. Where does that leave Penning? Question marks. That's a lot of moving pieces for a new head coach with a new offensive system and a new look offensive line. It's going to take time. We got to be realistic about these things. It's going to take time. So with that being said, then we move to the topic I want to talk about right now that no one's talking about. It really stunned me when I looked at it and I didn't pay attention to it. For a long time, the Saints had a bunch of wide receivers they could count on, all the way back to the Drew Brees days. There have been some times where we've been down wide receivers, but Drew made them look good because Drew is a Hall of Fame quarterback. But we don't have a Hall of Fame quarterback, and we have injury-prone wide receivers. I want you to listen to this stat. I really do. Check this out. Our top 3 wide receivers that's penciled in right now on the depth chart. Listen to this. Brandon Cooks. He played 14 games in 2022. He didn't finish the season. He played 14 games in 2023. He didn't finish the season. Chris Olave. Chris Olave missed the final 8 games of last season. He played 15 games in 2022 and 16 games in 2023. Didn't finish the season. Rashid Shaheed, 12 games in 2022, 15 games in 2023, 6 games last year. We have 3 wide receivers coming back from injury. No one's talking about it. Yes, we signed Donovan Peoples-Jones, who can potentially be that big body wide receiver. Potentially be that big body wide receiver. But if any one of these guys or multiple guys go down, there's your season. Like, we have receivers that could potentially miss the season. So, like I said earlier, is the head coach good? Is the offensive line good? The wide receivers not being reliable when it comes to health, and health having to be something that all players, it's not a perfect world. All players hope to be healthy, but we know in the season that's not the case. People get nicked up, people get dinged up. That's not the case. But the fact that we got 3 wide receivers coming back from injury, that should scare a lot of people. That should put the season in perspective when it comes to not only the schedule release, but high expectations. I know we fans and we want to see the Saints do good no matter who's out there, but we really have a lot of question marks. This is probably one of the most, how can I put this? This is probably one of the most years where there's so many things that you hope go right. And if one falls apart, the whole season could be over. Now, mind you, I didn't mention the quarterback battle. I didn't mention the quarterback battle for a reason. That's something else you have to worry about when it comes to the Saints season. So we done already went coach. We done already went offensive line. We done already went pass catchers. Like, we really, 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 really need wide receiver depth. Improving wide receiver depth. I know Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave, when they're healthy, they ball out, but that's when healthy. So I think we really, really need to pay attention to that. And that everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. Everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to work out. But the most important thing is pay attention to that wide receiver battle, because the Saints might have to carry 6 wide receivers. Hell, they might have to carry 7. I know that's probably unlikely based on how you can carry practice squad players and stuff like that. But man, 3 injured wide receivers. I can't remember a time where the Saints had 3 injured wide receivers coming into a season that's rehabbing, that's got to get back on the field. That's one of them is a veteran. And obviously Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave is young, but that's probably the biggest question mark on the team that nobody's talking about. But I have more for you on the Saints Sports Corner when we come back. Welcome back to the Saints Sports Corner, and I want to close the show today with the Tyler Shuck and Spencer Rattler battle. Not necessarily diving into that battle, because we're going to do that on a later show, but I want to touch on specifically Tyler Shuck's injury history. Now, earlier we discussed the wide receiver room being injury prone and us going to a new offensive line, having new pieces on the offensive line. The thing that keep running in my head is I have never seen a Saints team that has so many injury concerns. So many injury concerns. The quarterback has injury concerns, depending on if it's Rattler or Shuck. Shuck is the one that has the injury concerns, and I'm giving him the inside track just based on the high pick that Kellen Moore used to get him. Not saying he's gonna beat out Spencer Rattler or anything. I'll give you my projection on that in a later podcast, but I'm giving Shuck the inside track because they used the 2nd round pick on him. That's just the nature of the beast in the NFL. And Kellen Moore picked him. And he has a lot of talent. But if your quarterback has an injury concern, your wide receivers have an injury concern, some of your running backs have injury concerns, I'm going to just leave this here. It could potentially be a long, long, long season for the unproven New Orleans Saints, because there's a lot of unproven and a lot of question marks. And I get it, all teams unproven, but there's certain things about teams on any given Sunday based on their track record of the last few years they're going to bring and pack when they either on the road or at home. The Saints are starting fresh. They're basically rebuilding. They have a lot of injury concerns. And I pray it goes well for them, because as a fan, it makes it more exciting. It gives us more to talk about. But I think we're underestimating the amount of injury concerns this team really has. And it could potentially bite us in the behind. So if I'm wrong, let me know. Tell me in the comments. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm not overthinking it. Just let me know, because I know come the Saints season, hopefully a lot of these boxes get checked and a lot of questions are answered, and it's answered in our favor. Hopefully it's a positive season. Hopefully it's something we can build on. Hopefully we found something special in Kellen Moore. Hopefully the defense flying around and we stopping the run. I hope for all of those things. But just let me know. Should we be worried about the Saints' injury concerns? I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe on the Saint Sports Corner.